Happy Easter Monday, SNA Assassinate. This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video, and this is the Easter Monday edition of Monday Night Raw. Also, the Raw after WrestleMania 41. And I'll say, if I had to say anything about tonight's Raw, I would say this was a massive upgrade, and it was totally better than Night 2's WrestleMania card and anything that happened on the show in general. But except for maybe a couple matches on that card, but they got a massive hype video onto the WrestleMania weekend, like in a highlighted moment, like in who won, who walked out with the victory, and champions and whatnot. But we got Paul Heyman that came out of an SUV with what's his name, Becky. With Becky Lynch's husband, Seth freaking Rollins, and also we got and what else? Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria was coming inside the building as well. Let's just say they had a rematch, but it was a shocking twist of event, like double times, because we got two shocking elements that happened, like like during this match, or not during the match, but after the match, I should say. And also we got like some teasers of what's to come, like after championship matches and big high profile feuds. What the guys that lost their championships gonna be leading into in the future? Well, maybe again, except for Cody Rhodes, of course, because he was absent from the show. Which I think, like, is he gonna be coming back? Well, some just tells me probably won't be until after Backlash, because let's just say we got our wish, and we also got like some very interesting and intriguing, angle in a segment, which we saw CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns in the ring. But not just them, but let's just say we're gonna be definitely be teasing some type of tag team match, like I kind of predicted, but I was thinking like more in the SummerSlam. But it looks like this is gonna be on the card for Backlash. But it looks like they already got stuff ready for Backlash, because they probably only got like a couple weeks away. When's the 10th? It's on Saturday, so less than like 2 weeks away. But let's get started onto the first match tonight. But before we begin, I wanted to ask you to give this video a like button and a subscribe and the post notification bell for more of SNA's videos, and also subscribe on my other channel at SNA Entertainment. But this one also showed like the Judgment Day with Dirty Dominic Mysterio having the Intercontinental Champion, and then we got the World Heavyweight Champion Jey Uso. He had more of a moment, like of celebration of being a world champion, more than he did last night. Even though I'm not like 2 nights ago, actually 2 nights, and he did celebrate it, but it was not like everybody would enjoy it to be. But I believe most people did like this time. But this is where we got the show started with John Cena got into the ring, cut a promo, just basically just insulting the fans and their intelligence, where the fans respond back by using some not so PG words. And where he pointed out at the ring announcer, what's his name, Mark Nash, saying like, "You come in this ring and bring a damn microphone." And then this is where John Cena whispered something in his ear. This is where then he told fans what exactly Cena told him, is that he disrespected his entrance, which I was like, how that very disrespectful, when he basically stated, well, what's your accurate position. But that's where he's like, and my sincerest apology go to John Cena. This is where John Cena then took off the belt around his waist. This is where he folded up into like in the foldable position. This is where this is where he told him about some specifiers with, and this is where fans are cheering despite his heel gimmick. This is where then Mark Nash was like, ladies and gentlemen, I present you your real, forever, undisputed WWE champion, in the never seen 17-time Grace of Las Vegas presence. Arnold time is now. At last, we got the real WWE champion, John Cena, with that very long speech of announcement. That's where John Cena lifted up the microphone. And that's where he held up the WWE champion while stating himself that he's a winner right here. Yeah, I just did. Like I just watched Monday Night Raw. That's the whole point of this podcast video. It's about the Monday Night Raw that was live tonight, the day after last night's WrestleMania and the one before that on Saturday on the 2 night event. But anyways, this is where we got John Cena then continues on the he's like, and it's all in history with him shouting it out like because yeah, John Cena's been waiting probably far too long, almost a decade to be the 17th. This is where he's like, you are not worthy, like to these fans. This is where the John Cena's like, think on Friday, like you can go and bully me, like you think, and yeah, step in this ring, gold around my waist. He's like, just because like you cheer, like, and I'm supposed to just forgive you. And that's where the fans are cheering like yeah. And the judge is like, yeah, like of course you think like that's not how a functional relationship works. Like, and this is what John Cena told a guy that was probably with his family, with his wife and kids, saying like you, that's how you treat your wife, sir. And then this is where an example, like no, it's absolutely not. But he's cracking up with his wife. This is where they were leaning on the front row of the barricade. He's like. And this is what they told another couple, like, and parents, like, into the other side diagonal from those married couple. Is where like, no, that's what that's what you teach your kids. No, it's not. Like that's how you teach your kids, and that's how you treat your kids. Is where you're like, no, that's not how a functional relationship works around here. Like just because you show up in a good mood, like I can still. Like I still could tell you that you could still go straight to hell, and this is where the fans started. Boo! This is where he thought, yeah, this is where fans are boo, like, boo, we don't like you, like saying that to us, like, and we're not gonna go straight to hell, and this is where then Johnson is like, yeah. And this is where the Johnson continue and y'all don't have the courage to like. This is where they don't have the courage to do what's that what he said they don't have they don't have the courage to apologize to him. That's what he said. And this is where they like. And after he told him that is where then he continue like you can show up like and take control like ain't that right fans like you think y'all all the authority like wow like y'all gone way too soft thinking y'all have control and with this manager like with yeah I've been like being all soft ever since y'all been told that y'all the authority around here and this is where the fans start chanting like we are softy, like we are softy, like if he's that guy that's probably made out of salt. That was the longest reigning world champion in the other company. This is where then John Cena put up the microphone around the fans saying we are softy. This is where then John Cena continue his promo. He's like, for those that trying to make that like the chant, like like you might as well should have chant, we are sorry. But that's where we got the now current 17-time world champion. That's I do it one quick once over, and then that's where then and look all around the arena. This is where we got a little. He's like he confirmed like yeah. This is where he then look around, spin around. This is where Cena then turn around, saying like, yeah, that's the most low life that I've ever seen in an arena before. This is where then and the fans start. This is what John Cena's like. Y'all are each and every one of you like are so sorry and so pathetic. That's what he told the fans in the arena, like in Las Vegas and at the T-Mobile Arena. But this is where then we got John Cena then went on the program. Like, but here's the best part. Like, in other words, like y'all don't mean you don't mean a damn thing to me to the Vegas fans. That's where the fans start calling him an asshole. Like they repeat this like 10 straight times. That's where then John Cena then said, he's like, I may be an anus, but that doesn't, but that also makes you idiots. That's what he said, something like that. And yeah, like not my words, his words. Like John Cena's the one that just by assuming the fans think he's that term, another term from what they were actually was saying. But yeah, this is where then John Cena continues saying like for over 25 years, you called me so much worse stuff. Like I've been taking your best shot of always got back up from those that put me down. And what makes you think that you're gonna be the crown me right here, like right now? And he's like, huh? Like can anybody of you answer this question? Little John's like, yeah, go ahead. Like you mean absolutely nothing to me. Like your noise, like doesn't matter to me. And this is where then the fans start booing him even louder when he said that. This is where then Johnson's like, but the only thing that means anything that means the only thing of our life is that. And this is where he pointed at the sign on the time trial said like 36 dates, which I assume that was like his matches scheduled, like for 36. This is where Johnson explained like he's like, once I fulfill those dates, like then I'm gone. But I think he assumed that 27 of those dates that he's gonna be making appearances, not being the wrestling because he doesn't wrestle like he. That's what. That's what he's like. That's because yeah, like, I've been making all kinds of his appearances on Raw, like starting off in the Raw debut and then in Brussels, Belgium, like Glasgow, Scotland, like Las Vegas, like it's like Las Vegas, and I think he totally forgot about London, England, because they were on that final Raw on the European tour, like which Cody Rhodes stand up tall in the Crossroads, like it was the go home show, which I already talked about that at that time a few weeks ago. It was even the I think it was I think it was like the nighttime, but it came on the afternoon. Obviously, this is where John Cena continued on this promo saying, like, like, this is where then this is where then John Cena's like yeah, I'm gonna do 27 dates, like not matches, like but appearances, whether if he's wrestling in a match or not, which he already been through. Like now he's at 27, like and it seemed like he already went through like 9 of his appearances, like which I don't think that makes any sense. Like they said I heard that 36, all 36 of the dates are going to be wrestling matches, which I think that will be corrected and down the road, which we saw one of them like could possibly lead into that. Like, and we probably found out who is revealed to be the next challenger of John Cena's WWE Championship. In the meantime, until Cody Rhodes get that rematch. And this is where then John Cena's like, this is where John Cena continues like I am not stupid like any of you idiots in this arena. Like I know there will be like Monday night. He was like, yeah, there will be another top guy on Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. Like, and you will have a different champion. But the whole championship had been held for over 62 plus years by the likes of Bruno Sammartino, like the title held by Roman Reigns over 1,000 days as well, and the guys have taken like in the same title that was taken for me over 14 years ago, or almost 14 years ago, by CM Punk in his hometown. Like Triple H, the Game, the Harper Kid Shawn Michaels, like and Stone Cold Steve Austin, like everybody that held this title in the lineage for over those years is gonna be coming back home to me. That's what he said like that, which I normally could usually imitate when John Cena gets angry when he shouts, but my voice is not like at its high key notes, I guess you could say, when it comes to the speech, I should say. But this is where the fans are like, no, that's a load of nonsense. Like the only thing you're gonna come in is to hold a knockoff replica that they usually send you when you become a new champion. This is where it's like the real thing's gonna come home with me. Like, and I am the undisputed champion in WWE. Which is so hilarious to imitate his voice. But anyway, this is what Jonathan the continue. Like, yeah, to get this, like the hard part, like the rest and the kickball. Like all I have to do is to complain, like the puppets that you are. This is where fans are like, boo, you suck. And this is where not just like the best cheat that you're gonna have to say to yourself is Cody Rhodes, pretty much. And this is where then fans start cheering, and this is where they went to start cheers to boos because they continue to look out to Johnson. This is where Johnson's like see, like You don't care about anyone. Y'all just heartless bastards. And yeah, his words again, not mine. And this is where I was like, hopefully that guy that has that nickname over the other company does not appear because he's still under contract with them. Just because he's injured there doesn't mean he's off his contract. But it's where the and that's where the John Cena's like, I beat him less than 24 hours ago, and y'all still saying his name, and I put a hand on his shoulder because he finished the story. Like now it disgusts you. Like that's what's wrong with this toxic relationship with you guys. And that's where my name is like. And Johnson's yeah, and that's why Cody Rhodes was shine and outshine and outclass and outlook and flat out destroyed. And then this where then we got some mixed reactions of this take. And this where Johnson's like, and this is where John Cena's like, and now it's time for you guys to take a bold look in the mirror. And then this is where then he looked slowly and said it. So he's like, here's the truth and the reality. Like, there is no one like in the WWE like that has the strength and the speed and the wisdom or the root. And that's where they said it's an infamous catchphrase from over 20 years ago, where he told Kurt Angle, when he had his debut match in WWE, he said, ruthless aggression. That's what he basically said. But this where then John Cena then continued of John Cena. And this is where the John Cena continued on. He's like, but unlike you, losers, I actually do have a heart. Like, despite what y'all do, now I just do something that's kind and nice for you right now. You know what John Cena can do? Just get out your camera. Please do it. Like, you won't want to remember this moment right now. And then this is where then John Cena then continued. And yeah, this is where the fans start putting out the cameras. This is where they start putting out John Cena. So yeah, make sure to get a great picture of this look. This is where because the last ever real champion is here. I gotta believe which they did, but you will not believe who ran inside the ring, waited for him to turn around, and yeah, it's the man that does his move out of nowhere. That's where John Cena just shook his head. That's where he turned around, but there was none other than Randy Orton hits the RKO right onto to John Cena. Our wishes came true. Yes, this is where Randy Orton whoa, I never thought I would ever do that again. This is where Randy Orton grab onto the WWE Championship. He's like, yeah, this is what I need right here. And this is where then and this is where they teased that they could have this match main evented in his own hometown of St. Louis, Missouri. And do you think that we could see Randy Orton could be the one to dethrone Cena? I'm not sure. That's a hard question to talk about right now. I'll give you my predictions on the Go Home show on SmackDown before, when they go to St. Louis. But I'm not sure, if I should. It could be anybody's game, even though this is John Cena's final run. And some of y'all probably say this is just a filler match, just to make us happy, so we can forget about what happened at WrestleMania. That may be true, but at the same time, it's something that that was absolutely needed. Even if we did not know that John Cena is going to be the WWE Championship for the final time by winning at WrestleMania, I still think this would we would have. This will be the first person to see who could be the next challenger next to what's his name, Cody Rhodes. But yeah, oh really? You like blue? That's awesome. Yeah. Blue is also my favorite color next to red, brown, and purple. I'll say those are my four most favorite colors in the world. I'll say blue and red are the most unique out of my favorites. But anyways, assassinators, it's kind of gave me some vibes as a child, even though these guys are in their 40s, but it don't matter. It still give me put that child back in your boy SNA here, especially when me and my older brother, I mentioned plenty of times that we always cosplayed as me as John Cena, and then my brother is Randy Orton. Even one of my assassinator viewers / homie even said the same thing about him and his cousin. like his older cousin, I should say, like which yeah, it kind of reminds me of how I was like too. Yeah, like it was that popular. It was that like yeah, entertaining and must see at the time. Like watching this in the early modern PG era days, and a little bit of the later ruthless aggression era days, like when they started the feud in 2007, if I'm mistaken. But yeah, this is where the but dude, but this is where Randy will drop it back on John Cena. This is where yeah, we will have this match. Who that? Give me your prediction on who's gonna win this match with Orton versus Cena for the last time in all of yeah WWE, like in John Cena's career, of course. But let me know down in the comment section right down below. But but yeah, let's move on to the next slide. But this is where we got a hype video where Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria finally reunite. Well, finally, like, become partners. Like when the mishap unfortunately came from what Liv Morgan. Oh, really? That's good. That's Romy. Oh, that's one of my favorite ice creams too. Like next to like a dozen flavors. Yeah, but that'll be a different video for a different day. But anyways, this is where we got the women's tag match. This is where it was a rematch. Yes, sir, ma'am. It was a rematch. And yeah, I was like, why do I have this match? And it was kind of like the Raw after WrestleMania 29 in 2013 when Wade Barrett lost to the Miz, but ends up winning right back on that Raw afterwards. But yeah, that's the only thing I can describe it. Like it was kind of like what was the point? Like if it ends up like if a totally different direction happens, like after this big title win. But I did not expect what was going to be to come. I should have seen this a mile away though. And this is what I was thinking. Like, what if Bailey was not immediately replaced? Does that mean that that means that we could have seen like this happen like at the end. Like that's why I was speculating when I was saying this. I was watching directly on the TV screen, but it's where they announced that Worlds Collide and yeah, Money Bank will be in the same will be on the same weekend at the same venue of Los Angeles, California, in the Intro Dome, which is the same place where they made their Raw and Netflix debut, I should say. But anyways, this is where we got plenty of celebrities, which they're actors from what's called they're basically actors and comedians from Netflix on their shows, and we also got the whole crew from the Pat McAfee show, which they're also playable characters on 2K24 and maybe 2K25. You just need to get some unlockable tokens to unlock them, of course. But that's where they also show the NXT stars that are also number one contenders for the women's tag team for tomorrow, which will be Tatum Paxley and Gigi Dolan will take on yeah either of these two women. But yeah, we got the match started. It was basically yeah WrestleMania 41's night two episode. But yeah, this is where we got this is where we got Liv Morgan, then got then waste no time, then went directly to Becky Lynch, attacks her, tried to go for a pin. Becky Lynch ends up kicking out at 2.3. Then she tried to go for a headlock. Then she leg swipe kicked her right in the back. Ah! And this one, then Becky Lynch didn't start getting kicked right to the midsection. Then we got what's his name? Becky Lynch fought back at a forearm strike, but Liv Morgan did a forearm strike right back at her. This is where the Becky Lynch started to right hand, hit an uppercut, roundhouse kick in the midsection. This is where then Becky Lynch picked up Liv Morgan to the top corner slot. This is where she ends up getting thrown right to the top corner. Lyra tags her in the back. This is where Becky boots her in the face when Liv Morgan trying to go for an attack. Both Lyra and Becky Irish whip Liv Morgan top corner slot, hit a double hip toss right into the ring. This is where Lyra Valkyria go for a crossbody. Then we got this is where the Lyra Valkyria throws Liv Morgan right to the upper right corner slide, then starts stomping on the midsection onto to the former women's tag team and the world champion. This is where we got the women's Intercontinental champion, women one half of the women's tag team champion, and go around kick. Then step up into Giri, right on to the latest female member of the Judgment Day. This is where then we got our bodyguard Liv. Liv, I wear sunglasses. I mean, not Raquel, I wear sunglasses because I'm a bad girl. Rodriguez came in and tried to attack Lyra. But amazingly, Lyra Valkyria goes for a headlock. Then we got, yeah, I know, like, I don't know like how I could just, what's that called? What's that word? Like, I don't know how I can cosplay it by memory, like on what just happened. But anyways, where we got Raquel Rodriguez go for a springboard flip, hits a cross body, like it looked like she go for what's that called? A running bulldog, but she ends up getting let go by Raquel. She hits Raquel's partner, which was Liv. This is where she hits a wheel kick right onto to Rodriguez. This is where then she went right with Liv Morgan. This is where we got Lyra Valkyria tags in Becky. This is where both of the two Irish girls go for a leg drop kick onto the former three-time tag team champion with Becky and Lyra's like, yeah, we're back, baby, and that's where then. And that's where we got the powerful force and all the pro wrestling came on, which was a commercial break. Well, in the American version, like us Americans probably seen on Netflix, but this is where we got what happened next? It was but we got done with the partial advert. Raquel was in control on top with Lyra Valkyrie until she flips her right over when she was grabbing onto her legs with Lyra Valkyrie was trying to escape. This is where she goes her back flip, hits a step up into Gary right onto the women's tag champ. This is where we got Becky Lynch start patting down the turnbuckle. This is where she try to go for a crawl for the tag. This is where we got this is where I got Raquel Rodriguez trying to grab onto the leg of Lyra Valkyria. This is where Becky was go for a tag. Liv Morgan gets tagged as well by Raquel. This is where Becky was trying to go for clothesline and a missile drop kick like she was on WWE 2K24 and 25. But this is where then we got Becky Lynch to go for a clothesline or a forearm strike like boom! And this is where they've got Raquel Rodriguez trying to attack the man, but this is where she lands her right into Liv. This is where she go for springboard drop kicks onto both women. First it was Raquel, then Morgan. This is where then we got what's called got an exploder suplex right onto Liv Morgan. This is where we got her trying to go for a pin, only for her to kick out at what was it, 6, if I'm mistaken. But this is where we got this is where Becky Lynch tried to go for a manhandle slam, but this time she wasn't lucky. Like yesterday, Liv Morgan used you use her legs to spin her around, like you go for a wheelbarrow kind of roll. But Becky went to reverse. This is where she ends up getting thrown right to Raquel Rodriguez by Liv. Liv Morgan go for a face breaker on to Becky. This is where then we got Liv Morgan try to go for Oblivion, but Becky Lynch caught her. This is where then Becky tried to go for with a manhandle slam, which of course was indeed a guaranteed, and then the pinfall would have been a guaranteed yet again, like yesterday, if it wasn't for Liv Morgan's meddling bodyguard, the Raquel girl that I wear sunglasses because I'm a bad girl. Rodriguez ends up axe handling her and stopping her in the process. Then we got yeah, tell him I said thank you very much. Yeah, tell him I tell him that means so much to me. Just like you're like how you like in the podcast too, Assassinator. But this is where I got Raquel then grabs on to Becky. Becky hits a European uppercut right into the face. Sends Raquel right into her own corner. Oh well, yeah, Becky's corner of course, right in the upper left side. This is where Raquel then hits an elbow right to the face of Becky Lynch. Making her fall down. This is where she was about to hit the diving corkscrew elbow drop, which I believe that's Raquel's signature move. But this is where Becky Lynch prevented her to execute the maneuver. Once immediately she got back up, hit some right hands like boom, boom, boom. Oh, I accidentally hit myself in the leg, but no big deal. But anyways, this is where Becky went to try to go for an what's it called, avalanche suplex with Lyra Valkyria. Tags herself in the match. Then she tried to help her out, try to go for a double team suplex, avalanche, a double avalanche, which this is where Pat McAfee described them as two Irish women that's given Raquel a double slangerplex, which I believe that's something in Irish. But Liv Morgan then picks up Becky Lynch to try to go for a sunset flip powerbomb, knocking Becky right onto the middle of the canvas. And this is where then we got what's her name, Lyra Valkyria go for Raquel, but Raquel caught her. This is where then she getting ready to go for a power bomb. looked like if it's her own version of Bubba Ray's powerbomb when he throws them when he throws his opponent right through a table. This is where once Lyra was down, this is where Raquel got her arm around her. This is where she go for a pin. This is where she got 3, but only got 2.999 double triple nine minus 0.1 away from being 3. Then we got Raquel Rodriguez like where did I went wrong like after hitting this maneuver after Liv did sunset flip onto Becky. This is where then fans start chanting this is awesome. Pat McAfee agreed saying this is definitely awesome. And I would say I cannot argue, and I can't say I blame you for saying this. I would say this is definitely going to get the Golden Trophy of the night next to another women's match, which I'm not going to get into until just a moment. But yeah, yes, sir, ma'am. I do see that there's 2 matches. I was like, if we didn't have a main event segment, I'm like, how come neither of these 2 women's matches did not get the main event spot? But I understand why it didn't because we got some very interesting type of got a pretty intriguing what's that called element into that angle as well. But this is where we got Lyra Valkyria goes for a tornado DDT onto Raquel Rodriguez out of a reversal. Then she collect Raquel back up. Then we got Lyra Valkyria try to pick her up like if it's like John Cena picking up someone like that whale guy that's on the other company, or even the Great Khali. But once he hits her with that one wing, this is where we got a 1 to 2, but Liv puts the leg onto the ropes of Raquel Rodriguez. This is where Becky that hits a Luthez press. That's why we got Pat McAfee that compared Becky to Stone Cold Steve Austin, just like your boy Super Ninja Austin did. Which she did sort of look like a Stone Cold at this point, but this was trying to get the man. So third time, unfortunately, wasn't the charm. Liv Morgan sent what's her name? Liv right to Rita the ring post. This is where then we got Io Sky and going up right up on the top rope, and we got. And then we got Lyra right here trying to go for double knees, but Raquel goes for a big boot right to her face, try to go for a pin, only for Lyra to get the shoulder up at 7? But that's where Lyra Valkyria, Raquel Rodriguez was like, no, that cannot be possible. This is where we got. This is where we got Raquel Rodriguez ends up going for a powerbomb onto Liv Morgan, the powerbomb right back for, but only for Valkyria to get the knees up onto that spine that was probably very brittle. But this is where we got Raquel Rodriguez ends up trying to go for a clothesline, only for her leg to get caught. This is where we got Valkyria flip her over right off the top and right on the outside, like if it's a Royal Rumble match. This is where Liv Morgan tried to go for Oblivion, but only for Lyra Valkyria to hang on to the rope, hit a step up insecurity. We would have probably thought she would probably win. She hits the one wing third time. Unfortunately, wasn't a charm though because Raquel grabbed the Liv Morgan to save her partner, but only for Becky Lynch to try to stop her by pulling on her leg. But she ends up getting pushed off by Raquel Rodriguez. Then we got Liv Morgan hangs onto the rope. This is where we got Raquel. This is where we got Lyra Valkyria hits a big old punch right into Raquel Rodriguez, but she ends up falling down to Becky Lynch, which that massively distracted Lyra Valkyria for all types of unfortunate reasons. But this is where did she turn around? Liv Morgan finally got the Oblivion, which the third time was indeed the charm. Like from the double curses of not hitting the maneuver, even though one each did not work, but still it counts as a double whammy for her. Like she got double whammy until she followed the third leaf clover right towards the left corner of the ring, used it on Lyra. 1, 2, 3. Winner of this match, and you're new as them being the 4-time tag team champions as a team, and that is Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And the funny thing about this, every time, like since their second reign with the tag team titles, we always seen a team always split. Like first it was with Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey, but the first time it was right before they become the champions, with Shayna Baszler attacking Ronda Rousey, and this is the first time I saw somebody in a heel team turn babyface by doing this move. Normally, it's the other way around, but this this tag team championship change from Liv Morgan and Raquel Reigns didn't end there because they ended up doing it again. Somebody better call Britney Spears a year later. Oh no, a year and a half later, actually, in the beginning of this year, which had been revealed that Naomi was the attacker and trying to replace Jay Cargill to be Bianca Belair's next partner, and also like what we did not expect what was going to be happening. First, we got Becky Lynch was going to pick her up this where she was like, yeah, give her a little, what's it called, a motivational pep talk, like saying like this not going to be the last time we're going to be tag team champions, or we will win those titles back. Only for as soon as she got her back up, she knocked her right back down again with a massive clothesline. Boom! This is where Becky Lynch is like, this is my chance to get back on the spotlight. And you ruined it. Like, the reason why we won those titles is because of me and not because of you. And to prove that, in fact, like, I'm going to take that Intercontinental Championship from where then she starts stomping right into her, like, saying, like, she's a useless, sad excuse for a partner. And this is where then, Lyra Valkyria's idol turned into her worst rival now, with her just simply attacking her. This is where then she picks up Becky Lynch. This is where then we got her then going for a manhandle slam, like not once but twice. This is where then Pat McAfee's like, what the hell is her problem? Like just because like she lost the match, and this is where Becky Lynch then went back and hit a third consecutive manhandle slam right onto Lyra Valkyria, which some just tells me is leading into a women's intercontinental championship fight, which I kind of like what I see, but it just came right out of the blue, along with that some shocking title change, which I believe WWE saw the backlash and the controversies of like what happened when they just put the titles on these two. Like maybe they shouldn't have done that in the first place. They probably would have settled that Becky and Lyra. They would have probably preferred that to be an Intercontinental Championship match and give somebody that's more deserving for a women's tag match against Liv and Raquel. But this is where. But this is where we got what? This is where we got Roman Reigns and Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk's match at WrestleMania Night One's main event. This is where they showed like they were just basically just annihilating each other, because that's what basically it was. Like it's these guys that just our biggest rivals in WWE just want to rip each other's heads off. But they did everything except for that. That's the good thing. That did not happen. This was a show when Paul Heyman not only betrayed CM Punk, but he also did the same with Roman Reigns. Two of his former clients, like that he used to manage as their respective managers. But we're gonna see more about that, and maybe we found a new Paul Heyman guy while they were at it as well. But we're not gonna get into more details about that. We're gonna be talking about that in just a moment. But as we start seeing all the news and like the media news, like that, talking about how WrestleMania had great moments, which I was like, yeah, maybe true, but that overall, unfortunately, I don't think it's the greatest. That'll be a very strong, controversial take into it. But this is where we got the New Day came in to the ring. This is where they're like, finally, we are your no Big E World Tag Team Champions. And then this is where then fans start booing them because they are horrible people, like at least in the WWE's fair point. But and this where Xavier Woods then kind of looked like he took the Lord's name in vain and used it as a comedic. What's that called? He used it as a comedic. Like a comedic act for a charity, like when he'd say, like, get down on your knees and raise your hands to the sky and thank God that the New Day, like the tag, the New Day or the new like tag team or WWE World Tag Team. This is where then we got the Alpha Academy came out. This is where it was Miss Maxine Dupree. They came out saying like, did y'all just say like y'all are the greatest tag team ever? Like, and this was just like, I mean, y'all maybe like, but the last time you face Otis and Dezawa, like they beat you in 60 sweet seconds. And this is where she said it with a very proud voice. This was like, but now like we are the Raw after WrestleMania, and still in Las Vegas, Nevada, and this is where the Maxine Dupree, like, well, I have to say it, and this is where the she like, and by the sound of that, like I think we were all to love to see YouTube where y'all's your money, where y'all money, and put those tag titles on the line right here, right now, which they were being hesitant at first, but they optimized to agree to do that just to prove their point of why they are the tag team champions. There's something from this is what they said we accept, but this is what it like they were about to accept, but until they got interrupted when the lights kind of dimmed down. And yes, I'm gonna let you know that we also got a massive return, which I was like, maybe this should have been the return for last night's match. Like, you know who like is the mystery opponent, but yeah, this definitely came out of nowhere. Like, even though they did say like there's possibilities that this wrestler's gonna be showing up, if not WrestleMania, gonna be afterwards on the Raw one. And like just because since Aleister Black's going to SmackDown, we're gonna get this return on Raw. Even Big E, a former New Day member, even mentioned that he already signed a contract and he's about to make his return soon. I believe that that theory is accurate, 100% accurate as hell. I don't know how Biggie knew that because here comes the return of the Bulgarian brute Rusev, which is said right onto the flat, long Titantron screen, with the fans that are giving their loudest scream that they could have ever reacted to a WWE return, which I believe is going to be in some type of 12 20 list on some of you YouTubers' list. This is where Michael Cole pointed out it's been exactly 5 years since like when he got released along with a few other guys in the 2020 Dark Wednesday release, which I can name like a top hundreds of those guys that got the boot. But I'm not gonna get into more details onto that because let's say half of them like may have came back, but they immediately got back fired, or like they are wrestling in another promotion that have no associations with WWE, especially probably one in particular. But it really ends up scaring the New Day. Like it's saying, get out of my space. This is where it immediately attacks Otis and Akira Tozawa, like of the Alpha Academy, just hitting them with Moscow kicks. Then we got little characters out trying to fight back, but I can jump off the top rope and upper right. Of course, only for Rusev to hit him with a fallaway slam after caught him or catching him. That's where the that's where Rusev then go for the accolade, like which is the camel clutch he normally do. They're trying to put Otis to sleep, but that's the only thing he didn't do, barely, I should say, because the referee could finally convince him to chill down. This is where he did so of that as well. That's where then he raised his head hands held high. And yeah, he's officially back in WWE. And what he did was going to start off his long awaited return in WWE in half a decade. Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But next up, we got the Judgment Day came in. And this one, then we got Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio was talking flirtatious and respectively congratulating each other in a lovely manner with now Liv Morgan's one half of the women's tag champion alongside Raquel Rodriguez, while what's his name, Dirty Dominic Mysterio is the current Intercontinental champion. This is where Finn Balor looked directly in his face, saying like, look like he's about to have something to say that's going to split the Judgment Day away. This is where the Finn Balor That's why I gave him a stare, like saying like that's supposed to, you know who that's really supposed to be for. This is where Raquel Rodriguez, I mean not Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan is like, oh hey Finn, like he's like, dude, Israel is like, well, like you said, like, well, like he did exactly what he said he's gonna do. You can't really get mad because, like, at least it's one of you guys that actually won the championship and brought the home the gold in the Judgment Day. Israel Finn Balor's like, you know, you're right, Liv. Like, it's like the whole thing, and it's also like it's really he gave a very first it was a frown stare. He was like whatever happened to Vegas, and then this is where he gave a big smile, which I believe it's a fake one by the way. Like saying like stays in Vegas, what they all were excited about. And this is where he gave a fist bump, but this is where then we got this is where we got Carlito look right back. This is where he turned around. This is where Carlito like you have to like he's like yeah like now maybe some of us don't have titles, but it feels like we do have titles, right? This is where Carlito was like, "Ow!" Like I think he had some kind of stomach. Maybe it was a stomach cramp. Probably because of him getting speared like in an amazing manner by Braun Breaker. And yeah, and that's the only person we haven't seen tonight, or did we? But anyways, yeah, this is where we got. Sky came out. This is where she had a little a little celebration segment of her winning the Women's World Championship. Like this, but But yeah, this is where we got Io Sky celebrated. This is where we got an unexpected surprise. Like was on its way, like to confront Io Sky. But this is when it started announcing that we will indeed be having uh war games in San Diego, I believe, and Clash in Paris in August. Like just a few weeks after the 2 night event of SummerSlam. But anyway, Io Sky got on the microphone. First of all, cheering for the genius of the sky. And that she was well over right now. This is where the videos kind of like, and yeah, last night was the best night of my whole entire career, which it should be. Because girls like her never get so many often big up to. This was she like, I felt over the moon like since like my match against Bianca and Rhea. This was she like because I beat both of those two girls. They're the best there is, and that means like that I am the best now. And I was like, yeah, maybe that's true because you beaten gals that won most of their WrestleMania matches. But Ripley probably only lost two of those, and I'll say two, if I'm mistaken, like before, and only once before with and was one like ever like 7 years ago, but they don't all count that. But now they do count this time. That's where we got he was got like yeah those two trying to forget me at first. Hey, man, okay, you deserve it. That's where then we got Io Scott to continue on the promo, like saying, like, "Yeah, I think you like this one." Io Scott could do like, "Yeah, there's two of the best." Rhea Ripley tried to forget me, and Bianca tried to do the same. But like, despite like their absent-minded, like, it is like, but each and every one of you like that follow and supported me. Now never forget me. I've forgotten about me. That's why she gave a massive grin, like. And Pat McAfee's like, yeah, yeah, we never forget you. Like this was the Scott. They said like, yeah, I am a champion. I am ready for any challenge that comes to my because like I am the genius of the sky and the women's world champion, and I am Io Sky. And this where it is where she hold up her women's world championship because she is the current champion. But this is where she immediately got interrupted with her little celebration promo because here comes the Dark Angel. Yeah, I said that, and it's the current NXT Women's Champion Stephanie Vaquer then came in on this episode of Monday Night Raw. Yo, Sky gave a smile like I knew this was only a matter of time where I'll be seeing girls like her in this typical ring, but. In this particular wing, what am I even saying right now? But this is where we But that's where we got what happened next with Sammy back here. Like I want to say, like, congratulations, you totally deserve that. This is where she gave a bow to her. This is where, Sky, he gave her a bow of thank you of respect. This is where then we got Vicarious like, allow me to properly introduce myself. I am your current NXT Women's Champion. Like, I am the La Primera. Like, in case if you haven't heard my name before, I am Stephanie Vac. I'm Stephanie Vaquer. This is what she was like. The reason I came out here as well, like I want to show you the definition of respect, which which uh which Stephanie Vaquer like started to sound like an open to sound offensive, like a young female. I'd say probably a young female Chilean version of Goldberg. Because like why would you show somebody some respect yeah, like when they already know the definition of that. Like it just don't make no sense. Excuse me for a moment. Hello. Yeah, I can go like that right now. I'm on my way. You're welcome. Anytime. All right. See you out there. Bye. Yeah, of course. Oh yeah, Daddy wants to show you his eggs and things. No, I need to get my boots off. I'm gonna drop all this shit. All right. What? You did that, Tony Brown? You picked the eggs and then you found the eggs. That is a stupid word. And then what?
Either cut it open, mix it with mayonnaise. He said mix it. He said mash it up, mix it with mayonnaise. Babe, he said and mix it with mayonnaise because my mom was telling him how to make deviled eggs.
What the hell? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can easily make deviled eggs out of those. All right, assassinators, I'm back here. But that's where we got basically we got Stephanie Vaquer and what's the EO Sky then then agreed about having a match right here, right now on this mat, on this night on Raw after Mania. Which Stephanie did challenge her, and then we got agreed onto this challenge. Only for Adam Pierce look like he's about to say about to deny like to have any have this match happen in some shape or form. But he was like, well, he said, hold on for a second, which the fans were immediately about to trash Adam Pierce. But luckily, Adam Pierce said like, no, like I'm here for good news because I'm happen to agree with you guys. Like, why not have this? Match since Stephanie Vaquer like is our guest, and also they're both geared up. Like we might as well see this match. Right, as a matter of fact, this match is gonna start right now. And this is where we had the match, and yeah, these girls definitely put on a performance. Like, yeah, it was very phenomenal. Like, I would, I hope there's a part two of this, even though like it ended in the most controversial way you possibly could. But like, it still got that. It still got. It's gonna get that high spot at the Golden Trophy. It's just that like, yeah, to show like that Stephanie Vaquer is ready for the main roster. The meta or the letter meta, whatever she calls her. Like I'll just stick with calling her the Dark Angel. But anyways, yeah, and a show like that, she's like just probably like a like 50%, if not a quarter way, ready for the main roster. And hopefully that she will be getting called up over to Raw SmackDown much more sooner rather than later. Just saying. But anyways, this is where we got the Genius of the Sky trying to go for an avalanche suplex when they got up right on the top rope. This is where Stephanie Vaquer started hitting some punches right into the midsection onto Io Sky, hits her with a headbutt. And yeah, man, she just performed like if she was already like drafted on on the main roster. But it's where we got Stephanie Vaquer to try to go get her foot unstuck, try to do a high flying maneuver, only for her to get avalanche arm drag by Io. But that's where we got both all these women like we're down to the ground. Is where we got. And this is what fans are cheering for EO because yeah, she's a over top babyface champion, and I'm like that EO Sky's like well over right now. It seems like that she already left the damage control team, but I think they're still technically a team, which I'm wondering like whatever happened to Dakota Kai. Ever since Io Sky became the women's world champion, it seemed like they kind of forgot about her. But anyways, yeah, hopefully that they'll bring her back on the but let me know in the comments down below about this. But this is where we got Io Sky. Like, I think we could see Dakota Kai back, but turning on Io Sky. Something just tells me that it could be, and that could be a showdown on the future event for the women's world title. But this is where we got This one got Stephanie Vaquer trying to go for a boot to the face, but Io Sky hits her with a right hand. Then we got the Genius of the Sky go up in the top rope, screaming like her lungs out, like hit a middle drop kick onto the missile one, the middle missile drop kick, right onto what's her name, Stephanie Vaquer. Went for what's it called, a rolling flip tip up right back, right up in the air. This is where then we got Io Sky and There's one, then we got Io Sky to go for a double knee to the face. On to the Dark Angel. This is where we got the Genius of the Sky. Rolls her over right into the middle of the ring. This is where she got to go for a pin. Only for Vaquer managed to kick out like at 2.7. But that's where we got Io Sky and drag her right in position in the bottom right corner side of the ring. Did a little stomp right in the midsection. Io Sky to try to end up trying to go for over the moonsault, only for Stephanie Vaquer didn't move out of the way. This is where Vaquer was right in the corner. Io Sky trying to attack her, but Vaquer then dodges out of the way, try to go for the attack, but this is where Io Sky tried to put her both her foot. But this is where Stephanie Vaquer put the left leg right onto the bottom corner, then grab the right leg, hit the dragon screw with her leg right on top of the middle rope. Her left one was like this is where it messed up the knee of Io Sky. Hopefully that she's be able to walk like in the foreseeable future, in the near future. Let me rephrase that. But this is where Stephanie Vaquer then ends up hitting a meteor to the face afterwards. This is where we got the Dark Angel trying to go for a pin, only for Sky to kick out like what was that 2.8 with Vaquer was kind of disappointed, even though that's like a signature that she hit. But this is where then we got them trying to go play wrestling tennis with each other. Then we got Sky go for a wheelbarrow roll into a double foot stomp onto Vaquer. This is where we got or try to go for a pin, but you only got a 2.3. Then we got but this is where we got Stephanie Vaquer ends up hitting the head scissor DDT or not, the head scissors face right to the ring where I just slipped. This is where then Michael Cole even referenced when Booker T was here, but he would this way even referenced that Booker T was here. He would most definitely would have had a heart attack right now. This is where then he stated that because given that he always be he hollering and start cheering for standing back here for doing moves like that. Like, oh yeah, like pretty but deadly, basically. But it's where we got Stephanie Vaquer trying to go for a pin, only for the Genius of the Sky kick out at a near fall of 2.7. Vaquer was very disappointed that did not work, even though that move is pretty much her other signature. It was try to go for double backbreaker, only for Scott to hit a sunset flip onto the Chilean wrestler. But that's where we got Stephanie Vaquer flip right out of it, try to go for right corner side, hit the flying head scissor, turn into a surprise roll up, which is the most devastating move in all of pro wrestling. I was very surprised that she did a maneuver such like that. Which I would thought she would probably go for just a flying head scissor flip like into like a reverse Hurricane Rana, but no, like she flipped and turned into a schoolgirl roll up. But this is where we got. But this is where she ends up getting backbreaker by Io Sky when she got back to her balance and her what's it called strength and I'll say what's it called and what that mind what she had what that mindset I totally forgot. But this is where Io Sky was like my head and I'm like why'd you not staying down? Fans are chanting this is awesome, which reason why it's getting the golden trophy, just like the women's tag match. Even though it the match ending was probably kind of pointless, or the title reigns of Lyra and Becky was pointless, but it does lead up into a future showdown for the women's Intercontinental Championship. So I guess that's I'll I'll say I'll say I'll say cotton candy is one of my favorites. Yeah, if you ask me, nice, soft, and and just tasty. No matter what kind of fruit or sweet flavor of the cotton candy, your boy SNA enjoys. That's where we got Stephanie Vaquer go for a boot to the face, then strike over a clothesline, only for EO Scott. He the picks up and hit a German suplex onto the NXT Women's Champion. Then we got EO Sky, then went right to the right side. Only for Stephanie Vaquer pulled her right back, hit a German suplex onto her. Then she went flip right into the upper left side. Both women were laying down into the ground. This is where fans are clapping because they enjoy what they see. This is what we should see more often. Was Stephanie Vaquer trying to go for some type of what's that called? Like a avalanche manhandle slam, but only for EO Sky to counter and hit a Spanish fly, which I would assume that Stephanie would have done this rather than EO. But this is where then we got that's where we got Stephanie Vaquer that was about to get hit with a middle drop kick by EO Sky, only for her to get attacked from the side, which we all did not know at first until she turned around. It was none other than Roxanne Perez that was that attacked her. This is where she gave a very hilarious, a bit of a very I'll say unsettling smile, like if she's a modern day AJ Lee, which I believe Becky Lynch even got her confused with her and the former Divas champion, like on a tweet to defend her husband against CM Punk. But anyways, this was Stephanie Vaquer. Like you just ruined massive opportunity of mine. That's where we got Julia came in, hits a boot right into boot. This is where when Julia was there too, they hit a boot in her face. This is where the this is where then Julia gave a stare. You was like, she was like, oh, like yeah, like yeah, you thought, yeah, have you forgot about me or have you forgotten about somebody or whatever she said. But they kind of teased an alliance here because she stared directly what's it called, Roxanne Perez, and Roxanne did the same with her. So yeah, like it's something that was very interesting and something that was going on here. Like since that Julia is a heel now, it makes sense that yeah they're gonna be going. This is where we heard both Roxanne and Julia start to just start screeching with fury right onto both EO and Stephanie back here until we heard some music of somebody helping, which it was none other than "This is my brutality." Of Rhea Ripley came out. This is where we got the Eradicator came in. This is where she fought off Roxanne. This is where she was directly right at the pretty hot mess. And where the Rhea Ripley did a stare down with Rhea and Julia. This is where they're like, okay, like, yo, like, how about you fight somebody like me? Like, I see you like trying to fight these women down. Like, how about you fight me now? This is where then we got Julia was like, nah, like I'm. This is what she's like, nah, I'm good. This is what you walk out of there yeah, the latest coward that she is in wrestling. Oh yeah, I do like watching basketball from time to time. I'll say like both college and NBA. Like maybe one day I'll be talking about a podcast about NBA, but only when that time comes. Like in the NFL, like especially when I talk about the Chiefs. But anyways, where we got. This is where Rhea Ripley got Io Sky up. This is where she gave her women's world championship. Like, here you go for now, because she's not gonna forget about the championship. Like maybe one day this will be mine again. Like maybe that one day could be sooner than we think it is. This is where Io Sky thanked her anyways because she came out there. She because they wasn't thinking about their heated rivalry, like that they finally settled about 24 hours ago. And also, CM Punk finally was in the arena, which yeah, he was obviously not happy because it was betrayed, just like the OTC was betrayed. And I think that's one thing that they got in common right now that would agree to take down this the association between Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman for those two particular reasons because of these two. But next up we got we got main event Jay Uso. Then they had had a very awesome vignette like with him like showing him when he was very young, like before he even got in the wrestling business. I believe he was a teenager. Then they show him when he first got to WWE with his brother Jimbo, and even Tamina. That's right, nobody Mina, but. Yeah, hopefully I get a chance to meet him. That would be a dream come true. As a matter of fact, maybe he should but be involved with some of Super Ninja Austin's projects, future project once he makes more full of a name for himself in the media world and whatnot. Yeah, but anyways, this is where we got. They showed Jey Uso of accomplishments that he achieved in WWE, even main eventing WrestleMania. But even though he was a tag team, but he even showed that he had that main event aura in him. But anyway, this is where they showed him like pushing off John Cena to win the Royal Rumble. Funny thing about them being the last two, it was similar to like 20 years ago when Batista eliminated John Cena, like at that year's Royal Rumble. He ends up winning the World Heavyweight Champion while John Cena wins, well, the WWE Championship. History kind of repeats itself for Cena. But anyways, this is where the show Jey Uso been in meet and greets, signing autographs, taking pictures with his biggest fans, and being in commercials including Snickers, and even the latest one Minute Maid with the likes of Cody Rhodes and Bianca Belair. But this is where they showed me finally became the World Heavyweight Champion just 2 nights ago. Then Jey Uso, the star, gave him handshakes. That's where then we got This is where Jey Uso started doing the Yeet Wave, which Pat McAfee, the biggest fan of Jey Uso, with him yeeting with him. This is where Jey Uso had the worldwide champion. Everybody was very happy to see Jey Uso. And the tenants that I was like, these are the true fans. Like, unlike those marks that probably can't even afford a ticket to go to a show like this. But anyways, it's where then we got Jey Uso, then got on the microphone. He's like thanking everybody. But it's where like I'm too happy to speak right now or explain and describe how positively appreciative and and yeah, and he would have his music and his Jeet dance to do all the gratitude. This is where then he did exactly that. This is where he started doing the Yeet Wave. Like, yeah, your new world heavyweight champion, and his name is Main Event Jey Uso. And this is where we got. That's where he shouted Yeet, like, and right into the middle of the ring. This is where it was like, yeah, and I'm here, like, he's like, yeah, I finally here now. I finally am the man. Like, I've been wanting this for a while. This is where fans start saying Yeet every time he speaks. This is where then we got Jey Uso continued saying, like, yeah, it's a long, hard road though to get here. Like the road definitely wasn't easy. Yeah, and well, like WrestleMania, I gave it all that I had to beat the ring general himself, Gunther. That's where fans started chanting like "Yeet," and then that's where then Jey Uso then continued on Rose, like yeah, I made. And this was like, and I made him tap out. And this is when the fans started chanting like he tapped out, like agreeing to his statement, saying that yeah, it's where the gun. Jey Uso continued while taking out his Yeet glasses off, the shades, the get clear out. It was like, yeah, like he definitely tapped out. Like, and it was all thanks of hope and believing in myself. This was the Jey Uso, like, but there's one thing I want to let y'all know though, like I am very grateful, and I am so very grateful that I have this around my shoulder, and I'm gonna show up every single week, and I'm gonna do it every single day as well. Like, put the work in, like I always have done. And if y'all decided about Main Event Jey Uso as your world heavyweight champion, give the loudest like. He give me the loudest yeet chant in the world, which they did when they all yeet it, I should say. And this where we got somebody. This is somebody came out that we haven't seen in probably 2 months, if not probably a month and a half. Like, it was none other than Sami Zayn that came out. Like, this is where the former Intercontinental Champion celebrated his honorary brother for his accomplishment of finally winning the big one, a belt that he'd been wanting to win for the past 5 years of becoming this main event Yeet Master. Well, I'm not sure he was always the Yeetist, but this is where we got this was Sami Zayn, and they went for go get a handshake, this where then Sami Zayn but before we're about to cut a promo, this where fans start chanting "Ooh see, ooh see, ooh see," and that's where then he's like man, this is where then fans start chanting Sammy Uso. That's where then Sami Zayn is like, yeah, man, like I. It was not bad to say. He was like, "There's so much I was saying, but I don't want to leave you waving here, like and and again, yeah, it's gonna be a long time to this tell you all this like how the I wasn't like on television for a while, like it's been like I don't know like 8 weeks now, like yeah, like I'm sorry not being here for you, bro. While you were going everything you're doing with Gunther, like that was hard on me. And the fans are chanting Uzi because they found it very Uzi to tell his honorary brother Main Event Jay to the truth is like, and this is where then Sammy's like, I could have been there for his side, but like that I didn't. Like that was pretty hard on me. Like you like, if I'm being completely totally honest, like at WrestleMania this year, like that was very hard on you. That's what James was like, yeah, that's absolutely true. I got me. This is where Sami Zayn's like, yeah, like you not. That's what Sam says. Like, there's one thing that you and I, do that's very identical. Like, we don't achieve success by sitting on the sidelines. It's supposed to be known as a team, just a member of the team. They're the same thing. Like, they're the same thing. Then admit that he was about to not come to Las Vegas at all. Like, but something something that lit under in him. Like, they told him that he had to, and then he was thinking to himself that he had to make sure to be the first guy to witness and stand in this ring across from you, Jay. Like, and this is what he told him, saying, like, he got me looking you in the eye, man, and man, with that exact championship around the shoulder. And then this is where then it's like, yeah, tell me how proud that I would do. Yeah, this is where then we got. This is where then this is where it said. This is where then Sami Zayn let him know that he's proud he's glad that he's the champion, and then he said he loves him, and yeah, and he gave him a big congratulations, like and gave him like a big old handshake and a hug. This where then Sami Zayn and told Jey Uso say like and I think every single one of these people like that they all know that you deserve that championship. I was thinking like, let's hope that none of these guys are not going to fight apart for that championship anytime soon, or even ever, like because it seemed like he's going to forever be an honorary Uso brother. Yeah, I mean it's a different story if he just happened to be a number one contender and then they'll fight that way, which I believe if that's anytime soon that will probably be the case, and they'll probably tease some no intentions. This is where I was hoping, like when Jey Uso had turned his back sideways and then raised his championship. This is where Sami Zayn was stepping back in the rope. But this is where we got Sami Zayn and said like okay, now that's been said, like let's play his music, and that's exactly what they did. This is where then we got this is where we got Jey. This is where Jey Uso then raised up in the air, did the yeet chant, even yeah, Sami Zayn did the yeet wave. This is where then that's where they gave a big embracing hug to each other, yeah. But it's where we heard some different version of a Uso music, and it happened to be Big Jimbo. He came out. That's where he's like, y'all can't have this little celebration while your other brother here. And then that's where then Sami Zayn like, yeah, like how could we forget about it? Like he's also here in Vegas, which that was very good by the way. But it's where they gave like a group hug because yeah, like I said, like they're they're the original bloodline, I guess you could say, which I'm not sure if that's a good reason for it. But it's where they gave their secret bloodline handshakes, like go up, down, clap, handshake, and then that's when they did the three-way group hug, and this is where Jimbo and what's his name, Sami Zayn picks up the arms of Jey Uso. Then they do the double raise hands. Is where we got. But that's where we got Sami Zayn to start doing the putting his ear on his hand in his ear, like and start doing that little dance, like because yeah, this is a very catchy song of just me, Oos. That's where yeah, they did one more like raise the arm of Jey Uso because he is the new world heavyweight champion. I guess for now, like they're not gonna be in a hurry to put him into a program. Probably not until like Seth Rollins, probably get a spot at the World Heavyweight Championship. That could probably be in a month and a half or a couple months from now. But this is where we got Chase. What's his name? Briscoe. Yeah, Chase Briscoe, which he's was on the show called Full Speed, like on Netflix, which they said like which he's on, which he's in the documentary series. Now he's on the what they call it. Now he's on the streaming. What's that? Now he got that documentary. Like he's a former, I believe, NASCAR driver. Yeah, but now we got a documentary on the show. This is where we got Kathy Kelly was in a post show or post match interview they showed yesterday of her basically congratulating Logan Paul and asking what's in the future of the YouTuber. This is where he's like, as far as I know, I won one. Like, so next one, Jack's question they have, this is where the this is where then she just basically repeated her questions. Yeah, like somebody better call Britney Spears because she did it again. This is where Logan Paul then continue on the promos where he's like I'm a, to, he was like, yeah, like everybody knows in this company that I'm the future, the best. I'll answer any call. I'll wrestle any match, anytime, any place, anywhere, against anyone. Like if there was a person, everybody there, they're gonna be across from me in that square circle, and that becomes a victim. And like I'm just basically the best. Like, and I'm attending my winning streak at WrestleMania, which I'll say, yeah, maybe it's a winning one because yeah, he's out of the evens. Yeah. Oh.
Everybody in that building and there. I just saw my mama Mary and Dorothy and all them.
But this is where then Logan Paul's like, bye bye, Kathy Kelly. This is where we got Jackie Redmond was the backstage region. This is where then Jackie asked, where is AJ Styles at in the mindset after his brutal, unfortunate loss against Logan Paul. AJ Styles, like not gonna lie here, that was a hard, tough pill to swallow. But like Logan Paul did play his game and he gets a little lackey, and maybe I was prepared for that. But the truth is, I'm gonna take that L like a man. Like that's fine. I'm gonna move on to the future and I'm gonna be okay. Like I may not be a champion, I may not be like known like a main eventer again, but one thing that we all know is that I bounce back very easily. But before I can even continue to explain that, this is where we hear somebody in the background say, "Hey, AJ," or Alan, like what you like to call him his first name, which I believe he couldn't take advice from his former rival, the Scottish Warrior. You don't call nobody by their real name, even though that's what the A in AJ Styles stands for. But anyway, just where then Karrion Kross came in, this where there's so much hurt. Like they're not gonna be able to bounce it back. Like in the from in the 1, 2, 3. Like you are literally the best of us. That's what makes it so much painful because like since you lost him, like you legitimized it and then you just accept defeat and let someone like Logan get away with it. This is where AJ Styles is like, look, like you're the cause of the reason why I love this jerk in the first place. And this is where AJ Styles can do like I am the best of you. Like you want me to go back a year ago and be that guy, like that minister, that sinister that's that sinister menace that loves attacking people, like wearing those very goofy dress pants, like is my ring gear. And then this is where then AJ Styles like, you want to go back to that guy? Like I never achieved or not gained anything for being that AJ back like 12 months ago. You want to see it so bad? Like because I really, really hated that version of myself. Like I want to punch. Like I want to punch myself in the mirror, like, and I'm looking at that man in the mirror, and I'm like, "What the hell did I become?" This is where they just thought, like, you don't understand. Like I took, it is like, and I took those, what that, I took those bricks and I hit him right into Logan Paul, pinned him into the ground, and even if I hit them with those brick hard brass knuckles, yeah, that's what he said. Brick like it still wouldn't have meant nothing. It wouldn't have shown me how much of a true legend I am in this business. Just by doing stuff the dishonest way, basically. Which he told him, like, yeah, he's trying to be a guy that's gonna be remembered as one of the greats in the very ring, in this very sport, in this particular industry. But I mean, in this particular company, I should say, in the industry of professional wrestling. But anyways, this is AJ Styles to do This is where he's like, if you're angry at the whole entire world, don't take me down with you, like, and take your frustration on me. Like, as a matter of fact, go solve that problem yourself right now. This is where he walked off. This is where then Terry Cross was like thinking. This is where, but it wasn't. He then turned into a smart ass by saying like maybe I will with a very evil, creepy grin. Like with his wife got a little bit too close in the front, which I'm not gonna say much about that because they're a married couple. Like and yeah, and it's none of my business, and it's best to stay that way, I should say, of course. But anyways, yeah, what are your thoughts on this feud? And do you think this is gonna lead into like AJ Styles have no choice but to accept like to be that old AJ Styles like of being a sinister menace again? Like, but let me know down in the comment section right down below. But moving on, we got Raymond. This is where we got Dominic Mysterio taking on Penta. This is where like we got the powerful force in all pro wrestling. We would expect that Dom and Penta would have been in the ring and get ready for the match, right? Well, not exactly yet because here comes Gunther start arguing with the commentators, like mostly to Michael Cole saying that you make fun of you've been making fun of me being tapping out. This is where he must have got Michael Cole confused with the fans because it was actually the fans that were making fun of Gunther of tapping out, saying that with them repeating the tap, saying you tapped out, which I'm surprised he didn't take his frustration out on anybody. Well, maybe like this was probably for the best, or else he would have definitely gotten a fine, had to pay a fine, and be suspended for like about a few weeks, and probably there'll be some lawsuits that will be filed against the ring general along with the company he works for. And that will probably give those guys in the other company that mocks him hitting the signature a field day, which I'm not going to get into far. But I'm just pointing out the logic, not trying to talk trash, just stating the facts like Drake and 2 Chainz. But anyways, this is where we got Gunther that was like, he's like, this is where Michael Cole's like, I'm doing my job as a professional journalist, but this is where Gunther always keep telling him to shut up. He was like, he said one more word, like, I'm going to, this was like, I'm going to tell you for nothing, like, I'm not the one to tap now, like, no disrespect, like, but what happened, like, it happened. This is where Gunther did not take the facts as an answer because he ripped off the headset, and not only that, but his glasses. This is where the Pat McAfee was like, yo, calm down, Gunther. This is where Gunther pushes him. This is where we got Gunther try to go for a sleeper, but only for Pat McAfee hit him with a big old right hand like if he's his own version of Roman Reigns. He's like, don't you dare put your damn hands on me when he was trying to go for a sleeper onto the Michael Cole. This is where Gunther then was trying to go for a sleeper on, but luckily the security and producers were here, which I understand why the producers and security was trying to stop the Pat McAfee's boys from his podcast show, the Pat McAfee show. Like when he was trying to when Pat McAfee was getting basically choked out by Gunther. This is where Adam Pearce like, what the hell are you doing? Like we need to break up what's his name, Gunther off of get him off of. What's his name? Pat McAfee. I'm like, why? And why y'all worried about the Pat McAfee's boys? Like, the one thing good about them trying to attack Gunther, he would not be choking out Pat. And then you can start worrying about breaking up a brawl. Like, which I don't understand. Like, my homie Simon's right on one thing about these security guards. Like, they're useless. They're very incompetent. They're very remedial, if to say the very least. Because if they were in their right mind, they would have everything all in order, and none of this would be happening. In kayfabe, of course, I'm gonna say. In the storylines perspective, I'm just saying.
I made something.
Okay, just excuse me for a moment.
To speak about somebody you like from St. Louis, he came and did the thing to him. When he wasn't looking. You know, you probably can replay that somehow. If you record something, you probably be able to watch it. But I'm coming, Trey, you. And if you know that, he's smiling.
But anyways, assassinators. This is where we got Gunther broke. Like Adam Pearce and Jessica Carr and a couple other referees and producers barely got Gunther off. This is where they send him right to the back, towards the bottom corner of the audience. This is where then we got Gunther. Then this is where then we got Michael Cole and Adam Pearce had to carry him side to side with Pat McAfee just falling down on his knees, start coughing up like like because he got it locked in and put him to sleep for like a good 5 minutes. That's where Pat McAfee then put on some. This is where then he gave him some water to drink, but he coughed some of it off. Like this is where they got him into the paramedics room, and then something just tells me this is gonna turn into some kind of a match, which I'm not sure it's gonna be on Backlash, but it's gonna probably be like either there or maybe another pay-per-view that's probably after Backlash. I wouldn't mind if it would be on Saturday night's main event, because what will be the whole point of Gunther doing all that to Pat McAfee if it's not going to lead up into a match, because Pat McAfee's a part-time wrestler in WWE along with him being a commentator. So I guess like why not do this match like down the road? And are you very well invested into this feud between Pat and Gunt? Let me know about down in the comment section right down below. I wouldn't really mind it. This is actually very interesting. Like because they don't have this match like or feud. Like what would be the whole point of what's it called? What's the whole point of doing this angle in the first place with him attacking Michael Cole and Pat McAfee? But yeah, this is where we got Pat McAfee in the paramedics room with Adam Pearce. Like, are you sure we'll go back in the commentary? This is where then. Because Gunther still could be out here, still attacking, and this is where Michael Cole told he's like, and yeah, I want to talk to you about that, Adam. Like we need to talk, like you need to get this whole roster together, because like I'm not allowed to give out my opinions to talk about. It's a free country, man. And I'm like, he's right. Like whatever that needs to be said needs to be said by like if it's something that's pointing out the facts. Yeah.
Let me go, boy. Come on.
Trey, Uncle Julian Super Ninja Austin already knows that, Birdie.
Let's eat one.
Uncle SNA just did.
What?
Yeah, he grabbed one. Don't you remember?
Wait, you ate one?
Yeah. Uncle SNA just ate one. They were really good.
Was it good?
It was really good.
Wow.
But anyway, this is where we got.
Did you eat one?
Yeah, I ate one. Yeah.
No, not two.
No, not two.
Okay. Well, I tried it so good.
But yeah, this is where Michael Cole made a good point. Like,
It's so good, Julia.
Like wrestlers shouldn't be tagging like non-wrestlers, including the commentators. Like, and this is where then Michael Adam Pearce like, yeah, I'm gonna be on it. Like, I'm gonna handle this right now. Like, so look at me, like like. This is where like, so I think you should take off for a while. This is where Michael Cole was feeling. He was like, I'm not gonna allow some bully to intimidate me. Oh, Trey, be careful. But it's like I'm gonna continue doing my job, and that's exactly what he basically did. Like when we got the substitute commentator, which ended up being SmackDown's very own Joe Tessitore. He joined Michael Cole in the commentary booth. They did that for the rest of the night because Pat McAfee sold like the attack, like from him getting assaulted by Gunther with that sleeper hold, and it looks like he probably won't be back until next Monday, or maybe the Monday after that, depending on what the injury is into the storyline. But anyways, we got Michael Cole came back into the front entrance. This is where we got this is where we got what it was. Yeah, oh yeah, this is where we got the show continued, like with Dominic Mysterio going like in the ring because he has his Intercontinental Championship match against Penta, which is Zero Miedo. But yeah, this is where we got we got the match started like with just dirty Dominic Mysterio to start stomping right onto Penta, like just getting an early start. This is where then he got him dipping from the bottom right side to the upper left side. Then he goes for a leap dodge. This is where he goes for the bottom corner rope. He ducks out of Dom's clothesline. Go for a sliding hurricane rana right onto to the current Intercontinental Champion. This is where Penta's like, now I'm about to be the next IC champion. And as much as I like to see Penta will do exactly that, like, well, we're just, I would say otherwise. But still, despite the outcome, like, in personal opinions, but I'll say it did make sense in storyline. Like, and like, I probably like what they're telling in the story. Like, and let's say we got another massive return, even though this wrestler is still under contract. But we're gonna get into that in just a moment. But like, we're going to continue this match. I'm trying to wonder what else I was supposed to say. Dang it, I'll remember it as soon as I continue. This is where he gets drop kicked by Peter and get drop kicked by Dom. This is where he rolls into the right side. This is where the referee was distracted by Dominic Mysterio. This is where Finn Balor was like about to hit a right hand, but luckily the referee called him right on time before he can even attempt to. Dom Mysterio to try to go for a suicide dive ends up eating a big old kick of innocence to Geary. This is where we got Dom Mysterio gets crossbody by Penta. This is where then we got Penta that goes right up into the go to the right side. This is where we got we're dive right onto Dominic Mysterio, like boom, and this is where then we got Penta's like, my back. It's like, this is where but this is where we got the powerful force and all of pro wrestling came on. This is where then it was a commercial break. Penta to go for a sling and a sling kick or some sort like of. This is where he's not going for a dragging his leg, like going to the middle of the ring. This is where he drag over a pin, only for Dom that kicks out at what was it, 2.3. That's where Finn Balor. Then this is where we got Penta to stay on Finn Balor. He's like, you better stay out of my way, like because like you're gonna regret first of all and second of all, like you're not supposed to be here. Like, and I'm surprised the referees of allowing you to still continue to be in ringside. Like, if you're definitely not doing nobody favors here, and of any shape or form. This is where we got. Dirty Dominic Mysterio hits him with this body slam, what's called driver maneuver, that we were trying to run up right up to the new Intercontinental Champion. Dom tried to go for a pin, but they only got him a 2.8 count. Then Dominic Mysterio's like, are you kidding? Like, even though that's neither my signature or finisher. But it's where he said Penta right to the bottom left side. He goes for a super kick right in the midsection where he tried to get a flying Mexican destroyer that looked like a flying.
Yeah, but I have to have a key to get in. Them doors, they remain locked all the time. Unless my daddy gives me his key.
It worked, and he hits the, what they call the Paramount Sunriser, if I'm not mistaken. But this is where we got Dominic Mysterio rolls and drags Penta right towards the upper left side. And we got and then Dominic Mysterio then try to go for a frog splash. Only they get hit with an insecurity kick. But this is where we got Dominic Mysterio. We got what they call it, like avalanche maneuvers on. But this is where we got Penta hit the insecurity right onto Dominic Mysterio. And it's a rolling flip of a flying head scissor. Then we got Penta to go for a Mexican destroyer. That's where he knocks him down in the bottom corner slide. Only for Dominic Mysterio rolls right into that same corner continuously, which maybe was a smart move from the Intercontinental Champion. This is where we got. But that's where Penta then got Dom back in the ring, trying to finish him off with a splash on him. Only for we saw somebody that we haven't seen in the past couple of months, which was the returning JD McDonough, and it's so great to see him back. Like realistically, like when back from his injury, that looked like that was career ending, if not life ending. It looked like he's back, like in his form of being at the looking very fine, looking like a $1 billion, I guess you could say. But this is where we got the Irish Ace, then dip right at the top. Here's where Dominic Mysterio took advantage of the moment. Right to the top corner slide. Hits a 619 right into the face onto Dom. Here's where Dominic Mysterio hits a frog splash for the 1-2-3. Still your Intercontinental Champion, Dominic Mysterio. And also I'll give him a big congratulations on the win, especially with the return of JD McDonough, which makes it so intriguing and so great. Which I'll say this is definitely getting the silver trophy of the night, like because the women's match get the golden trophy, like even though it's only just like that a few matches on the card. But it's where we got the Grande Americano, like in the vignette with Ray Phoenix, like with him like defeating Ray Phoenix, which in what's it called in AI like news, like what's it called, like some news papers that were AI animated like into like a live action thing, like well done El Grande Americano, welcome home from the Gulf of Mexico, and he's like the mayor of his town, and even like carrying a baby, which we all know is not real photographs, it's only just AI to get El Grande Americano over. But some say like they're dragging out this storyline with El Grande Americano a bit too much. Perhaps they're right on one thing about that, like because it seems like it's been way too long. Like maybe this should have ended at WrestleMania, but at the same time, I'm not gonna argue. This was pretty funny, like pretty interesting, like. And I'm wondering, like, when they're gonna unmask him, though. That's the one thing I'm waiting for. That's the payoff, basically. But let me know in the comments down below when they're gonna reveal who El Grande Americano is gonna be. My money's probably gonna be on Kurt Angle. I'll say Kurt Angle is under that match. I mean, other than Chad Gable, who else would wear a onesie in that Olympic manner? Like, and did anybody ever chant what before? And he got, kind of twitched and he got offended, like when they shouted what? I don't know, but let me know in the comments down below. But moving on, we got This is where we got Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman and got in the ring finally. This is where then we got fans are shouting the wall. Oh wow. And this is where Seth Rollins is like, hello everybody, like this is where fans are chanting, thank you, Seth, which I was starting to wonder like why they're thanking him, like when he's basically the villain now. This is where Seth Rollins took the shades off. But the fans are chanting CM Punk, which I believe those are the fans that want to provoke Seth Rollins. They must not like the guy. But it's where then we got Paul Heyman put the microphone in the hands of Seth Rollins. And I'll say maybe you wouldn't really blame those fans because given what he did to your OTC and your chick magnet megastar, I guess you could say. But this is where they start provoking him even more higher for those that hate Rollins now by saying OTC, because we all know that's the nickname of Roman Reigns. That's where Seth Rollins then gave some kind of a serious deafening scare. This is where he's like, I took a wise man from the OTC Roman Reigns and the best friend out of chick magnet CM Punk, like, and I made him my wise man, like we said with slow words. But this is where then there was a mixed reaction, though, however, because they're not sure what to cheer or boo. This is where the several other as they slowly said that I am a visionary, I am a revolutionary. Before he can even say his name, Seth freaking Rollins. This is where we heard like some interruptions of CM Punk himself, and man, you will not believe like about this brawl that there was about to get between these two, and also the other guy that they fought like at this triple threat main event match, which I was like, duh, of course they're still in Vegas, like of course they're gonna make an appearance on tonight's Raw, and because like given their match, like of course they're gonna make one more one more like what's it called? One more appearance when they're still in the city of Vegas, I should say, which is the Sin City place itself. This is where we got CM Punk. Then look like that. This look like CM Punk remind me when he like helped out Roman Reigns take on the new bloodline. When he came out, like when he brawled, like and confirmed that he's the fifth member. This where but he put wrist tape on his one hand. This is where he's like, all right, ready to fight. You ready to fight, big boy? And this is where then they got into a hockey fight, like boom, 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 start throwing fists right into each other. This is where the CM Punk was winning when he cornered him right to the bottom left side, started stomping right on the Rollins, like oh. And this is where the Paul Heyman tried to attack him about. This is where CM Punk sensed him like a Super Saiyan, like you're not like fooling me, Paul. And this is where then he stared at him, gave him a deafening stare. He was like, best friend or no best friend. That's what Paul Heyman was like you put me in a very terrible situation between you and my old tribal chief. Like I was getting sick of it. That's where Punk was like, all you had to do is to join me and you wouldn't have this problem. Is where he nearly choked him out, but luckily for Heyman, this is where Rollins came from. I raked him in the eyes. Is where then he slammed him back first right into the canvas. Then I believe he followed that up with a curb stomp with. That's where fans are chanting OTC and we want Roman chants. Like just like if he's Cody Rhodes, that's where they're like, we want Roman. But this is where they end up getting him because he came out right afterwards, like with this music. Well, look like at first this is where Paul. Well, let me rephrase that. Paul Heyman, they got on the microphone. This is where they showed like Nevada's film office, like production logo, right, and underneath, along with the what's that? The little opening credits of like who's the booker, who's the president, like, and the one that produced this show, which it was none other than the likes of Nicholas Khan and Paul Triple H Levesque, and a couple other people in the like in the back that the producers that's in the production team. I mean the production truck that filmed all the cameras, like, and also and have the sound effects and the what's it called, the mute effects, like in case of swearing is going to be used in Monday Night Raw. But that's kind of odd because considering they said they're going to have everything all uncensored once all the shows go to Netflix, which that didn't make any sense in the world. Like when they started muting and censoring things out, even though it's a PG-rated show, like that's still not no excuse for like making these promises of uncensorship, I should say. But anyways, this is where we got Paul Heyman. Then got into the microphone. This is where then. Like I said, this is where he get overshadowed by the fans are chanting, "We want Roman." That's where Paul Heyman then told like we are going to conclude like the weekend like of WrestleMania 41, like, and when fans are booing when he said all this, he's like, and I'm gonna propel the news of all the way to WrestleMania 42 in the next 300 with the next 363 days to go, and. But yeah, this is what it showed on the copyright logo, like right before it at least. It showed that next week's show will indeed be in the best city of the United States, that being Kansas City, Missouri, and that it will be at the T-Mobile Center right after making this appearance on the T-Mobile Arena. Funny coincidence that building have the name T-Mobile is named after the phone company, I should say. Like considering. Which at first they were called the Sprint Center, but they changed it because since that T-Mobile bought out Sprint, so they start calling it the T-Mobile Arena, and now they share something that's like common, like, except they have a different type of name for it, like KC has T-Mobile Center, while LV has in Sin City have the arena part. But that's what the point is. They are a new, like, branding and defeated, undisputed, like, number, like, one, like, and that is the top star in this very entire industry. And this where then, like, this one, the fans like, well, ladies and gentlemen, I present you Seth freaking Rollins until that's when Roman Reigns came out. This is where Seth Rollins threw CM Punk out of the ring. This is where this is where we saw the OTC himself, which I thought he was going to come from the back and attack him from on, maybe even with a steel chair, like to get some revenge from from 2 nights ago. But it's where the Roman Reigns got to the point, then just duck out Seth Rollins, clothesline, went for the right corner slide, hit the spear right onto the visionary. Then he set his eyes on the Paul Heyman. This is where he hits a ginormous Superman punch. But this is where the Roman Reigns took off his OTC shirt. It's like he was about to go for a spear, but he ends up getting intercepted, getting speared by a hooded man. I was speculating who it could be until he revealed his hoodie. It was none other than Braun Breaker that just came. This was like, dang, like I heard that he's gonna be a Paul Heyman guy, like with the Brock Lesnar comparisons. But I was not expecting it to be soon. This is where he looked directly face to face with Seth Rollins, which I was like, oh, like this way he was running at him, but I thought he was going to go for a spear. But instead, he saw CM Punk right behind him, spearing him as well. This is where he was like, "You think that you're gonna wipe us Paul Heyman guys out, huh?" And this is where then he proved him wrong on that statement. It's where Seth Rollins, I was like, ha 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 ha. It's where he put his arm around the shoulder of Braun Breaker, patting him right onto his pec, which that kind of looked very awkward. Like, hopefully that Becky Lynch don't get jealous because she's his only man, and that's going to stay that way. But I understand why I'm making these references in that way. It kind of sounds weird and uncomfortable. I better change the subject. But I'm going to do that with Seth Rollins then told Braun Breaker to go over to the bottom right corner where Roman Reigns rolled out of the ring at. That's where then he tried to immediately attack Roman. Roman Reigns hit him with a big old uppercut, but he ends up getting kicked right into the midsection. It was like, and then Braun Breaker tried to go for a spear right into the corner. That's where then Braun Breaker's like, I shouldn't do it right here, though. I should do it like sliding around towards the left and then down the bottom, back to the right. Then his spear. This is where he ends up doing it, going 400 miles per hour and just ran into Roman Reigns right into what's his name? Running over Roman Reigns right onto Barry's tombstone on the bottom right side, which made Braun Breaker say Cody has nothing on me when it comes to spearing Roman right through the barricade. This is where then we got Seth Rollins then finished off CM Punk by going for a curb stomp on him. This is where he made Roman Reigns watch into despair. This is where they're like watch what's gonna happen to look what's gonna happen to you. Like what's gonna happen to you after I get done with Punk right here. This is where he hits the stomp on the CM Punk. This is where then I believe he did the same. He was like, look. He's like, I'm the future of this business. And I'm right. You're gonna run over right through me. This was Seth Rollins did the same with Roman Reigns, which I believe he thought he's gonna wipe them out for good. Now I'm speculating on what's gonna be happening on Backlash. Are we gonna be seeing a tag team match between Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins versus CM Punk and Roman Reigns? Or is he gonna go after main event Jey Uso, which is also, by the way, the cousin of Roman Reigns? And maybe we can see Roman Reigns could distract Rollins, help his own cousin retain his World Heavyweight Championship or something like that. But let me know down in the comment section right down below what your let me know in the comments below what your thoughts on this this final segment on the closing moments of the show. And oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, like, this was actually full 3 hours. This is the first time I saw Monday Night Raw be 3 hours on Netflix since the debut in January 6th, was it? But let me know down in the comment section right down below about that. And also, do you think that's gonna be like a future move, like if I'm going back to its 3 hour roots? or do you think that this is just a one-off, like the debut show, and they're gonna go back to being like 2.5 hours? Let me know about that in the comments. But but yeah, let me know in the comments below about like what's gonna happen. First, I was thinking maybe it could be Drew McIntyre, given that he has like some heated history, Double H, even like between Punk and Reigns, and it would make and and let me know in the comments below like if but yeah, but let me know what you feel about this. Do you think this is the right time to put over Braun Breaker, the Paul Heyman guy, or do you think they should wait until he develop up into a world champion and maybe then make him the next Paul Heyman guy? But yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, but I think that maybe this was probably a perfect time to do it. Like, I think what if they do it before, or after he becomes a world champion? This is probably the right move to do. Like in direction, like of showing that they have high hopes and like pushing Braun Breaker to the moon at down the road. No, I know. Julie needs to help you. Trey needs to help you. That's what I said. Trey from home. She said yes. But yeah, like what? But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what's your thoughts on Monday Night Raw tonight. If you ask me if you get what, but yeah, what's your yeah favorite thing about Monday Night Raw? Please leave me down as well. Also, I would say if I give Monday Night Raw something like a favorite part, I'll say maybe this segment, like which is getting more spicy and juicy at the same time, which I don't know if that's how it's possible, but it worked into the segment, like the way they have Braun Breaker come in and revealed himself as part of this new faction between him, Paul Heyman, and Seth Rollins. And do you think this is going to be getting more larger than this? Like, do you think that we can add in new members? Maybe we could add in someone like Drew McIntyre in the future, or is maybe somebody that looks like a Paul Heyman guy material, like enough to join this faction? Let me know down in the comments as well below. But yeah, we're gonna see in the foreseeable future onto that. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode of Monday Night Raw. If so, please give it a like, give it a comment down below of your opinions. Hit the subscribe, hit the button, click on the notification bell for more of SNA's videos. Subscribe on his other channel, link in the description box below, which is SNA Entertainment, where I do my animation and movie videos onto that one. And please make sure to check out my next wrestling news, which will probably be tomorrow. Which we're going to be talking about the wildest and intriguing wrestling news stories and rumors that you assassinators need to know from like, but but let me know in the comment section right down below what's your what's your thoughts on NXT? You think, what are your thoughts on to but what are your thoughts on to about what's going to be happening on NXT, which make sure to check that out. Which the only two matches I can think of right now is all women's matches. Like for the they first it was the which was the women's. I'll say between Stephanie Vaquer against Roxanne Perez and Stephanie Vaquer against what's her name? Yeah, Stephanie Vaquer against Roxanne Perez, and also what was it? The women's tag team match between uh what's her name? what's her name? Tatum Paxley and then yeah, Gigi Dolan's gonna be challenging Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for the women's tag team championship. Who do you think's gonna walk out as the double straps of the women's main roster division? But it could be the NXT prospects, but I not sure. Like if they do, like maybe we could see them jump over to the main roster. But then again, they did say they're going to bring it back where it belongs, which it is. We're obviously referring to NXT. But let me know down in the comment section right down below about this opinion. Like and also yeah. But yeah, like but I hope that y'all assassinators have I'll say awesome and a very fantastic make sure that make sure to like I said, give it a like, and subscribe, and post notification, and click on the notification. Not to mention onto that, and yeah, and before I end this video, I want to wish you all a wonderful and a very and a very awesome Easter Monday, and I will see you next time with some more SNA content. Until we meet again, Super Ninja Austin out of here. Until we meet again, Super Ninja Austin out of here, please. And please forever stay assassinators. This means the whole world for you guys to just like what I'm doing right now, and I totally appreciate that. It means the whole world to me for you guys to be loyal assassinators. Hopefully that this fan base grows even higher, and like this podcast gets even more upgraded, which I'm working on to trying to make it into that case. Like to just lead us up into like maybe make this podcast more homey, I guess you could say. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and and stay good to yourself because you are all worth it like to each other, like, and y'all continue to believe in yourselves, and y'all will be like y'all will receive success. I guess that's the best way to put it. Just believe in that. Stay positive. Stay true to yourself. Stay ostinated. And yeah, see you guys soon. Peace.